Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Austin Kelly. We are here today with Felicia Romero, and we are here at Sip Coffee in Phoenix, Arizona for the vibe. And I got to read off this list because there's so much you have done in your career, in your life. Let's see. You're an 8-time fitness cover model.
Yes.
You were featured on CBS, Fox, and NBC.
Yes.
You're the host of your own podcast called The Diet Dropout.
Yes.
Online fitness coach. And it keeps going. You've competed on the IFBB pro stage, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
5 pro wins.
Yes.
Competed in the Olympia 7 times.
Yes.
Placed top 4 in the world.
Yes.
That's crazy. And here's her cover, her first cover, right?
My very first cover when I was a baby.
Yeah, first cover.
Describing yourself for so long. Now I competed for 9 years, which is a really long time.
That is a long time.
And at one point I did 5 shows in 1 year, which is crazy because that means I was like on a diet for a year. So to be in that deprived state, not only does it affect your body, but it affects your mind. So my body slowly started deteriorating, you know. So the diet got harder. I had to reduce more calories. I had to exercise more because when your body's at a set point and you're already feeding it a certain amount of calories, you're exercising like crazy, you have nowhere to go from there. So when you hit that point of, like, let's say you're consuming 1,000 calories a day and you're exercising, 2 rounds a day, where are you going to go from there? Your body's going to end up kind of stalling out, which is what happened to me. So then it got harder and harder to lose the weight. That pressure to keep competing and keep, really just kind of maintaining that level of success and winning and doing well. So not only did I feel the pressure, but I also put pressure on myself. Just the natural athlete in me did that. Yeah.
For example, like if a newbie started just randomly wanting to work out, what do you say to that new person that wants to get fit, wants to have a better lifestyle? What do you say to that person that wants to better their life physically and even mentally too?
That is such a great question because I work with men and women all around the valley and all around the country actually, and I'm all about the baby steps approach, and I'm all about sustainability. When you can do something that you can follow for long term is the best thing you can do. No cookie cutter crash diet, nothing where you're omitting whole food groups unless you have some sort of food intolerance. But I'm all about baby steps. So if you're just getting started in the fitness realm and you want to just make better choices, start with something small. Maybe it's drink more water. Maybe it's hey, I'm going to hit 5,000 steps a day. All of those small wins versus thinking I'm going to go balls to the wall, I'm going to work out every day, 7 days a week, I'm going to cut all carbs, and I'm going to lose all this weight. Well, yeah, you're probably going to initially lose some weight, but then you might gain it back because that's pretty extreme. And a lot of times people think they have to be that all in or all out mentality, and they lose focus of that middle ground. And the middle ground is where we gain momentum, is where we gain, that's where we see the change. So again, I'm all about the baby steps. So if you can just create little shifts in your life, it's going to turn into big shifts. So
I'll admit, when I first started working out, I had a one-track mind, I want to get big, or I want to have a better body, stuff like that. But the baby steps did help because I did start doing that when I decided, okay, I can't, lift heavy right away, or I don't want to hurt yourself. I don't want to impress anybody at the gym. If I'm trying to lift 40 pounds, so I started off with 10 pounds. You know?
You got to start somewhere, and I always say start out smaller rather than hurting yourself or setting yourself up for failure.
How often do you work out now?
For me personally, just to be completely honest, I really only work out maybe 3 times a week.
3 times?
Yeah, I'm really proper with my nutrition. I have good, eating habits. I'm not strict by any means. I would never say that I'm on a diet by any means, but I make good choices and I like to feel good. But I'm active, so I'm always kind of moving around. But as far as in the gym working out, probably about 3 times a week. Sometimes sugar could exacerbate the anxiety, so if you
what kind of foods do you suggest?
Definitely tons of good fats, healthy fats, really help to battle depression, help to battle anxiety, like nuts and avocado and salmon and really good fatty fish. And
chicken too?
Chicken's great, absolutely. Leafy vegetables, I think antioxidants are absolutely essential, even if you had to add a greens powder to a smoothie. Fruit, I love fruit, eat fruit a couple times a day, but I also love sugar, but I do notice that when I do eat more sugar, I'm a little bit more tired, and I probably have more of a mood swing. Sorry, Keith, who's my fiance, but I have to kind of be careful of that, so, but yeah, a lot of that can be helped, especially anxiety out there. I know so many people who suffer from anxiety and really feel the effects of that. And it can be helped, obviously, with a mindset shift, but also with nutrition. So if you can just be present and be in the now, and like, or even when you know anxiety is coming down, like grab your notebook or journal, write down, what are the 5 things I'm grateful for and why? I'm grateful for my family. Why are you grateful for your family? They're so supportive. They're loving. You know, I love my dog. I love sitting with my dog and being with my dog and playing with my dog.
I heard dogs are good stress relievers.
Yeah,
too.
that's why they, you know, visit the children's hospitals and stuff like that. And just mindfulness goes a long way. And just trying to kind of bring yourself back to the present versus thinking about what could go wrong in the future.
Would you rather be stranded at sea or get lost in the woods?
Definitely get lost in the woods. I have a fear of the water, like that. It terrifies me to be stuck out in the water with sharks around you. Like, no, thank you. And the water already scares me. So
because you don't know what's in the water.
Yeah, I feel like I could use my like senses to get out of the woods.
Yeah,
I could totally do it.
Oh yeah, even if it's in the dark.
Yeah,
like you could. You know.
And I know I could definitely like ward off bears of some sort. I was watching this documentary, and like my first instinct would be to like run away, but that's the worst thing you could do.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to run from a bear because they're going to chase you.
And you don't think bears would be fast enough, but they are fast.
They're so fast. They will rip you to shreds. So you have to like hold your own with that bear, and I could do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you practice on cardio too, maybe you could outrun the bear. I mean,
right.
You never know. Next one. Would you rather watch movies alone for the rest of your life or eat alone for the rest of your life?
Oh, goodness.
That's a hard one. I don't know if I could answer that one. Yeah, that's a hard one.
I think I would rather watch movies alone because, like, with eating, it's very social. Like, who wants to talk during a movie?
That's true. That's true, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I like to just concentrate on the movie.
See, I never thought of it that way, but now that you said it that way, I think
Eating's kind of social.
I choose movies now, actually, yeah. I was stumped on that one, but I should definitely choose movies now. Would you rather live life of a cat or live life as a dog?
Dog, for sure.
Dogs. I think dogs are so
yes,
much more fun.
I'm a total dog person.
Have you ever owned a cat?
So fun. I've never owned a cat. I'm nothing against cats. I just don't like know them, like their personalities. I feel like pretty comfortable with dogs.
Yeah, dogs. All I've owned my whole life was dogs.
Yeah,
and they're the best.
Me
I love
too.
my dogs.
Oh yeah.
Even though mine sheds a lot and I get mad when it sheds, it's just like...
Yeah, mine don't shed. They're so precious though.
I go through like 10 lint rollers a month.
Oh my gosh, what kind of dog is it?
It's a Chihuahua, actually.
Oh,
it's a Chihuahua. It's like a big Chihuahua. It weighs like 15 pounds. But like, if it was on here now, if my Chihuahua was on here now, this whole thing would be covered in hair.
Hair?
Like, yeah. But she's so cute.
I have a story about this one. Can I tell you the story?
Story of this one. Go for it.
So this one, it was in 2012, I believe. Yep. Oh, no, 2014. So it was, again, towards the end of my fitness career. I think I had already stopped competing. I stopped competing in 2012.
Yeah.
And Muscle and Performance contacted me and said, hey, Felicia, we really want you on this cover. And I was like, okay. But I also, at that time, was about 20 pounds heavier than I competed at.
Yeah.
And I also suffered from hypothyroidism, which makes it also very difficult to lose weight. So, of course, when you get an opportunity like that, you say yes, right? You just figure it out. So when they called me, they're like, hey, we want you on this cover. I was like, yes. They're like, are you in shape? I said, yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Yes, I am. Even though I really...
And it shows, though, and it shows.
And I wasn't, like, in shape, because I felt okay, but I wasn't, like, in shape for, like, a magazine cover. So they gave me about 6 weeks, get to the photo shoot, and I shot, and they said, hey, Felicia, the editor sat me aside, and this is like the magazine world, nothing against the magazine world, but this is, they gotta be honest, they're like, you are not good enough for a cover right now, like physically. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was so devastated.
Really? They said that?
Yeah, and I was so devastated. I was just like fearful. Well, I was like, oh my God, like how could they?
Did you feel good though? Like you felt good, right?
I felt okay. Yeah, I felt good. Like I could do that. I could do it. But they're like, you know, you're not good enough. I remember talking about that experience and how it made me feel and how, you know, you can do everything you can, but not be good enough, you know, to their standards, but you are good enough, you know. So that was what that reminded me of. So,
Which one? Is this your most recent one?
That's my most recent.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Shot by James Patrick.
What is it like posing for these? Because Is it an all-day thing? Like,
I wouldn't say it's all day, but a couple hours for sure. And it is a lot more strenuous than you think because your positioning, what you're doing, how you're holding. Yeah. This was my second oxygen cover. So I've had a previous oxygen cover. I just couldn't find the magazine to bring it. But oxygen was really an important issue for me because Oxygen's a national magazine, and it's something that I read all the time. So it was a really important cover for me to actually be able to say I was on Oxygen. So yeah,
that's cool. Actually, yeah. That's awesome. I'm sure like it was a huge accomplishment. And we talked before this interview. You said your mom bought, like, especially your first cover. Your mom bought like a whole bunch.
My mom went to like every grocery store within a 5-mile radius of our house and bought every cover. And when she would check out, she's like, "Yep, that's my daughter. That is my daughter on the cover."
So I'm sure you don't have you didn't run out of that one.
No, yeah, she has plenty of copies. Actually, she gave a lot of them away to like family, but yeah, she was so proud.
Well, thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Felicia Romero. You can catch her on Instagram at
Felicia Romero.
Felicia
Hit me
Romero.
up in the DM if you have any questions or you want advice on training or whatever.
For sure. And as always, you can catch me on Instagram at The Vibe Interviews. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
All right. See you later.